What do you think about this kid who shot the CEO? Do you think he'll get convicted?
Well, it's pretty obvious that he shot him, if that's the guy. I mean, there's a video of him doing it. Was he denied a claim, or was someone near him denied a claim?
He had these back problems. United Healthcare was not his healthcare provider, but they are the biggest, I believe, and they deny the most claims. And the target is interesting that he chose that guy. I guess he chose him as a symbol of the inequity in the healthcare system and how fucked up it is. It is a fucked up system.
Why wouldn't he go after a CEO of the company that actually
That's
denied
a great question, and that's a question that people are asking.
Was he mentally ill? Well, obviously. To be able to do that, you have to be at least at some level.
He was a smart guy who had an Ivy League education and a wealthy family, but apparently he had maybe had a psychic break in the last 3 or 4 months where he was writing manifestos and reading a lot of Unabomber stuff. And
really?
Yeah.
Unabomber?
Yeah, he was a big fan of Ted Kaczynski. And he disappeared for like 3 or 4 months. His family was looking for him. Friends of his were looking for him. He went to some commune in Hawaii. And there's actually a video of the guy in Hawaii that was like, we let everyone in that has love in their heart. And Luigi had love in his heart, So I think he was like hanging out with them. And this back problem was very, disruptive. It fucked his life up.
What happened to his back?
I don't know. He had something.
Did he get fused?
I don't know if he got fused, but I know that
I saw some
it was a back issue.
X-ray images on like a clickbait YouTube video that was talking about his healthcare claim.
Yeah, there was I think his profile picture was like his back. He had like some surgery, so maybe you're right.
That's a scary one. When you get surgery on your back, I don't know anybody who's gotten surgery on their back where it made it feel so much better.
Right.
It's a very troublesome area to work on. I do know people that have gotten artificial discs, particularly in their neck, and it worked out really well.
Right.
Yeah, there's people.
My grandmother had a pig valve in her heart.
That's in his header photo, so people assume that's him. And
that's his low back.
That's again, it might not be him, it's just a picture he posted, but that'd be a weird thing to do.
So those are screws, right?
Yeah, that means he got his discs fused in his low back. So what happens when you do that, especially if you look at that young man, he's very jacked and active. What happens is now the disc above that is going to get an unusual leverage on it. Right? It's not moving the same way because all of them are supposed to articulate together. So all the discs, so you have discs and then you have your spinal column, so you have these bones and the discs, right? And the discs are mushy and they're supposed to you're supposed to have muscles around those bones so it stabilizes everything and everything kind of moves and bends and becomes pliable. As soon as you have a bunch of them that don't move anymore, now this area is going to take a lot of pressure.
What do we think?
And a lot of times people have to get that one fused.
Do we think he had an injury? Is that what would make something?
I believe he did. Yeah, I believe he did. But that's a really common place to get your back injured. There's if anyone's listening and this is happening to you, there's other different ways that, and I'm not saying that some people don't need back surgery. I'm not a doctor. I'm just saying that I know of many people that were considering back surgery that found alternative methods to heal their back, and they didn't need to be fused.
Yeah.
Some people are bone on bone, and those are the people that are the best candidates. Those people have been suffering for a long time. They're the best candidates for these articulating titanium discs.
Right.
My buddy Eddie has one in his back. I have a couple friends that have them in their necks. I know 4 UFC fighters that have them in their necks. So they take your shitty disc out, and a lot of these guys are experiencing like crazy pain, like elbow pain, atrophy of their muscles because their nerves are pinched. They put this disc in, instant relief. Right. Then I know some other people that have done it, and they're still struggling.
What do you think about the reaction to it when people were kind of cheering?
It was wild, but it's to be expected. There's this anti-corporate sentiment in this country. There's this anti-capitalism sentiment in this country. This is at the root of when a lot of it coincides with the Free Palestine people, the BLM people. There's a lot of sentiment in this country. There's a mentality to attack corporations and attack capitalism. And so when someone made a tattoo of this cat.
Did I?
Well,
the healthcare industry seems like the most depraved industry.
It's very depraved.
If you're going to get angry at an industry, it seems like the healthcare industry does fuck over the most people and incentivizes companies to deny care and put profits over humanity.
Yeah.
So that as a target for rage makes a lot of sense. But I also don't think you can have a society where people just go around shooting people in the head.
No, you can't have that. No,
that's not. As a society, that's not going to work.
I'll send it to you, Jamie. I found it. But it's also one of those things where it's like you feel cool saying it. Like when Trump didn't die and people he shouldn't have missed. I wish that guy didn't miss.
Right.
Do you really mean that? Because I think it's a thing that people just say. I don't think you really mean that. I don't think you want someone to get assassinated, even if you don't like them. That's crazy.
There's too much
it's crazy to say.
Loose talk with regard to subjects like that where people say things.
Hit the volume.
Oh, he has face tats.
Yeah, but listen to what it's saying.
Hilarious.
And he's got the caduceus on his neck. So he's got the pharmaceutical symbol on his neck, and someone took a photo of that
So much
guy.
of this is that he's
There
an
goes my
attractive
hero.
guy. He's a hot guy.
Very
if he
hot.
wasn't, then
Six-pack.
he was, that I think is, and he was from a rich family, and that I think, as a hero, as a folk hero, there's a romantic quality to that.
There's a little bit of that, especially if he was justified in what he did. You know, like if he himself had a story.
Yeah,
like
I don't know if he
fucked up.
does, and that's
Right.
interesting because people have not been able to identify whether he personally, other than his back problem.
There was a woman that I was watching in a video today where she was testifying that she denied someone, she was working for an insurance company, and she denied someone medical care, and she was rewarded for it, and the person wound up dying. And she said she went on to get a better job and make a lot of money, and she was confessing, and she was talking about it, and she was saying that, she feels great guilt that this was just a part of the culture and a part of the job, and she was told she did a good job by saving the company money. And it was just about saving the company money, and they could have provided life-saving health care to this person if they approved that. It would have been expensive. That person would have lived, and she would have probably not been able to get a better job.